is now 6 o'clock. Call to order the regular meeting of the Del City City Council for October 20th, 2025. Kelly, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Tatum?
Here.
Councilwoman Brown?
Here.
Councilwoman Finch?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Mayor Eason?
Mayor is here. Would you rise, please, for the invocation? I'm going to ask Councilman Dean to bring the invocation.
You join me in prayer. Father God, Lord, thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you, Lord, for this wonderful weather. And Lord, thank you, Lord, for this wonderful country and our state and our city that we live in. Thank you for the opportunity that you've given to each and every one of us to live here, to be able to participate in our government. And Lord, we pray that at this council meeting tonight that you give the council the wisdom and the ability to properly think and direct the city as you see fit. And Lord, that also that the answers and the different things that we give out is able to answer properly and adequately to the citizens. Lord, we thank you for all the different people who protect us, for the first responders, for the military. And Lord, we pray that you be with us tonight. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I'm going to ask Josh Schultz, the Executive Director of the Chamber, to lead us in the salute. Thank you. You may be seated. Is there anyone in the chamber that would like to speak to the council on a non-agenda item? First hand up, Walter Jacks. Come on up.
Morning, Mayor and Council. I've talked about this a couple of times at Council, and to my...
Walter, I apologize. Can you give your name and address?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Clerk,
I'm sorry.
please?
Yes, Walter Jacks, 4832 Kelsch Drive. I've talked about some simple beautification things that Del City could do in the past. And to my great surprise, the intersection at I-40 and Sunny Lane, where traffic first stops coming into Del City, has been really cleaned up. And I don't know if everybody's noticed it or seen it. I want to show you photos.
Thank you.
And I haven't had the opportunity to talk with Public Works, and I don't know if Public Works did it. It's very possible that since ODOT mowed that, maybe ODOT cleaned up the sidewalk and the curb and gutter as well. But I think it's important that we all look at it and see the contrast between what it looked like 2 weeks ago and what it looks like today. And I hope that you'll take to heart what an improvement that has made. And I can certainly tell you my level of pride in the city, that we look like a city that takes itself more seriously and is more proud of who we are. And I hope that the city will encourage Public Works to continue this kind of activity in cleaning up, especially the mile section roads that almost all of our visitors are going to be using. It gives a much better impression of Del City. Thank you very much.
Walter, I just got to call your attention to item number 11. We're applying for a grant for a new street sweeper.
I saw that. I'm really excited about that.
All right. I knew you'd be interested. Yes, sir. Step to the podium. State your name and address, please.
Wayne Keener, 2128 June Lane, still Thunder Valley. Cars still speed up and down the street every morning and every afternoon when school lets out. I don't know if Claudia got my videos of the school buses. Mayor, I want to know, why are school buses coming down June Lane? They come out of the side of the high school right there on 20th and Sunny Lane. There's a street light. 3 of them are too lazy to wait for the light, so they rush down June Lane to go out on 22nd and Sunny Lane. It's ridiculous. We have high school kids that walk home. We have elementary parents that are walking to go get their kids. We have elderly people that walk up and down that street. Buses are flying down. I sent you the video. They are flying down that street. And I yell at them every day. It's 25 on this street. Well, I'm tired of it. So Thursday, I waited at the edge of my driveway and saw the bus coming. I pulled right out and I went 2 miles an hour to that stop sign. I waited, looked, and then he honked at me, and then I slowly turned out, and I slowly go to the light at Sunny Lane. Well, he got mad, so he turned and rushed down Doris. Another bus came flying down. He got behind me at the light. I sat through the light, and then slowly turned and let some kids walk across Sunny Lane before I even turned. I'm tired of the buses coming down June Lane. They have no business. There's a street light right there when they come out of the high school. Onto 20th and Sunny Lane. They're too lazy to wait in that line. We didn't need something to do about it. Also, the tree at 22nd and Sunny Lane still has nothing been done about it. It's over the street on 22nd. You got to edge out just to see to turn out onto 22nd from my street. When's it going to be trimmed? I have a pile of tree limbs in my front yard, and I don't have one single tree in my yard. But my neighbors do, and when are we going to make them clean their own trees? The lady got mad for me trimming the tree. And finally, I fixed the dog problem. She got mad about me, so I called the dog pound out. Well, the next day, they put up a new fence that's 8 foot tall, chain link fence. I mean, something needs to be done. My mom's lived there for 76 years, and it's not safe for her to walk up and down the street. Just yesterday, an elderly lady on the street had 2 bags of groceries delivered. Well, my daughter comes in and goes, whoever got to deliver your groceries, 2 kids on bicycles just stole them and scattered them down the street. Oh. If I'd have been out there, I'd have been in my car catching 2 kids. Yeah. But something needs to be done. Same way with the creek behind my house. If it's the homeowner's responsibility, which code enforcement has informed me because of the ordinance in 2009, when are we going to post it on everybody's door? Because nobody knows that. It's a jungle. I had raccoons in my yard yesterday. Normally it's skunks, possums, and snakes, but nobody on that street or behind on Mickey Drive know that they're responsible for that creek. That's all. And I want to thank y'all. I heard you, Mr. Dean, last week speak, and I do appreciate every one of y'all. Mayor, you too. Thank you.
So I got to make one comment. When the bus driver honked at you, you missed an opportunity.
I turned around and waved at him.
No, you should have gotten out and gone back and said, are you in distress? Are you having problems?
I didn't want to be confrontational. I just ran about and waved at him and sat there a little bit longer. There's no reason for June Lane's narrow. If they want to go out the light on 22nd Sunny Lane, turn right, go down Epperly, and turn down 22nd and go to that light. But June Lane's narrow, real narrow. But thank you. I appreciate every one of y'all.
Thank you. Is there any? Yes, sir. Larry, step up to the podium, state your name and address. I've seen this.
Yeah, I too want to salute Larry Hopper. I don't actually live in Del City, but I live about a mile outside the city limits, and I grew up here. I lived at about 22nd in Mansfield up until I was about 25 years old or so. So hey, I too want to salute Councilman Dean for his great talk last week and speaking as if he was a citizen about the matters of the day. And hats off to all of y'all for your service. And Walter Jacks may not realize it, but actually, and he was there. The Rotary Club of Del City cleaned up the eastbound exit about a year and a half ago in the spring, cut off all the dead branches, cut out some other branches, did a lot of little things, and actually it's been on my list to get the Rotary Club to come out and spend just a half hour and get rid of all the live shoots. But my presentation is really about the upcoming prospect of a GO bond vote. I don't know if it's on the agenda or not, is it?
No.
Okay. So I'm really an urban planner by training. I love this city and I want the best for it. And long story short, if you were to look around at the other suburban communities, and it's in your handout, the millage rates for them, instead of like 3.63 like Del City has or 3, they're more than twice that much, okay? Midwest City is at about 8. Oklahoma City, where I live, It's about 15 or 16. And believe me, it's, you know, my property taxes are about $300 a year to Oklahoma City. Now, we get a lot for it, even though in my case, it's mostly built in another part of town, not where I live. But you know, part of how a city keeps up, and you all know all this, is by having adequate funding for operations, yes, but for the capital improvements, the things you got to buy and build, fire trucks and street striping and bridges and park improvement, you name it, you know, you got to build stuff. And so for a $150,000 home, a home with that value, and there's a lot of them in Del City that are attractive, clean, central heat and air, great places to live. You know, if the millage rate was even doubled next time y'all go out, it would raise the property tax about $36 for the whole year, about $3, okay? And in here I give a lot of examples of different homes in Del City, including where I grew up over there, built about 1956, $126,000 market value. And, you know, even today it pays about $33 a year on taxes. And, you know, I want to kind of, you know, I'm getting older, and a lot of people, and this is part of how Oklahoma City, where I used to work, did the original MAPS program. They had a rebate of sorts for older adults, where somehow it was legal for them to take citizens who bothered to apply, and they wound up getting back probably a third or half of what their property tax increase was going to be. And something like that's an effective way. Del City's population is about 15% over the age of 65, let's say 3,000 people. And, you know, a lot of folks probably wouldn't take advantage of it because they really believe that their community needs the proper improvements to keep up property values and good services. But even that's a possibility. And let me just kind of finish by saying that, and I realize that, you know, a lot of folks in the room may say, that guy's talking about higher taxes, but, you know, taxes are part of the price we pay to live in a great society, okay? And your taxes are so low, and the homes are old enough that you just don't get a lot of property tax out of any given home. You know, and the thing I was going to finish with is last week, even though Oklahoma City passed theirs like 70%, 76% in favor, a cautionary note is to try to find out what happened to the city of Sulphur, because their 3 bond issue propositions failed like, you know, by 70, they got like 30% yes or something. And that's a town that was struck by a tornado, and you'd think they'd have plenty of capital improvements that people could get behind. So when y'all do get around to it, even though I don't live in your city, I'll be the first to step up and volunteer for whatever the Chambers Committee is, whatever, to put out signs, make phone calls, because I want Del City to succeed, and it takes adequate funding. So thank you. Hope that was about 5 minutes, you know, but thank you.
Thanks, Larry. 4.5. No, don't tell him that. Yes, sir, would you approach the podium, state your name and address, please?
My name is Ken Harton. I'm 4736 Minch Drive, and forgive my voice. It's going to crack the whole time I'm up here. So I have most of my questions for Mr. Hawk. And they're probably one you're probably tired of. I want to talk about the water bills. Okay, I spoke with Ms. Parrott this week and wasn't real happy with all the answers. So we did this in 2020, changing up, catching up, doubling the bills, and then I'm told we're behind. So I pulled every bill I have going back to January 2020. I got to tell you, I paid every single month, and I paid every day of each year. I didn't get a break. So I don't know how you got behind. How do you get behind when people are paying on time every single month, every single day of those months for 5 years, and now you're 48 days behind? Doesn't make sense. So how do we get behind?
Go ahead.
But you're the city manager.
This is
Yes, sir. Sorry.
This is your wheelhouse.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
this is not a conversation piece today.
This is a question from a citizen about his water bill.
I understand that this is public comment section, but this is not an agenda item where it's a give and take. It's just
How do we get it
conversation's not
on the
appropriate.
agenda? When can you have it on the agenda? You're my council person, so how do we get it there?
I would love to talk with you personally if you would like that, and we will definitely get that on the agenda. But as the rules stand, we are not supposed to be responding to those questions. But I do totally understand
Okay, here's a
exactly where you stand, because everyone has the same question.
Have you
You're not the
seen-
only one that has asked that question.
Have you seen
And I'd
the-
be more than happy to sit down with you and go over every single thing that you would like to do. We can set up a meeting, you and I can be sure that JD is there and that Mrs. Parrott is there.
Okay.
But at this time, we cannot give you those answers. We would be more than happy to do that, but I would love to sit with you personally.
Okay, so can you tell me why it's not an item we can talk about?
Because this is the public comment section, so it's for you to be able to comment, but this is not an open forum for the council to discuss.
He's the city manager, though. He's not really the council person.
Same rules apply.
Okay. So can we talk about the new fees, or are those not allowed?
You can make a
No,
comment.
no, I
You
want
can
to,
comment.
no, it's questions. Okay, I have one last question. How do we get an item on the agenda?
Request it just like you did.
Okay.
I'm going to make a note.
I want to request a state audit of the city's finances. I want the state auditor
We've had
to-
2 audits this year.
Doesn't matter. I want a state audit, independent from the
That's
state
fine.
auditor. So I need to have that put on. And how many registered voters do you know if we have in the city of Del City, roughly? Don't know? I'll get it from, because I know if the city doesn't vote for it, I can get a petition together and 10% of the voters.
You're certainly welcome to do that.
And, you've had 2 audits, but one, I think, haven't we, one's the independent new person we've never used before, is that correct?
That's correct.
But the other, we've been using this guy forever.
That's correct.
Okay. So that's why I want one, going back to 2020 to find out what's been going on with our money.
That's fine.
Okay. I can't make a comment because they're all questions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that'd like to address the, oh, wow, show of hands everywhere. Oh,
Jim Hightower, 3221 Epperly Drive. I'm going to ask a question, and this is something I've been wondering about for a long time, and I think a lot of people are wondering about it also. But, you know, the mark of a good leader, a good manager, is their ability to leave the area, their department, and things keep running the same way that they were when the manager was there or the leader was there. So my question is, how's the police department doing? And I know you can't answer the next one because the lawyer's here. No pun. But anyway, what's the status on the chief? Is he coming back, or you know what's happening with the chief? I mean, he was good for Del City. I mean, everywhere I go, people say he was good for Del City.
Jim, you know that the council is like an overview. We look at the department budgets, not individual budgets. That's
Right.
the department that handles the budget in
Right.
the department, and the city manager is over the department.
Exactly, I understand.
So it's not appropriate for the council to comment on
Okay,
that.
okay.
And that becomes an HR issue, and I
Right.
don't think the city manager is going to comment on that
Okay.
either.
Well, I'm just putting it
I
out
think
there. That's kind of
we-
like the
We
elephant.
actually have a police officer in here today. How
Mm-hmm.
would you say, just one word, don't go details? How's the police department? I don't know if my answer is appropriate. Really? Well, I'd like to talk to you after the meeting.
Yeah. Are you with Del City? Yes. Are you?
Cool.
I thought I knew almost all. You know, I thought I'd been arrested at least twice. But, anyway, no. One of the other things, I'd like to thank Kelly and Brittany. They did a super job with
Friday,
their
yeah.
Facebook. It was it was good. I mean, you did a good job. I mean, there were a lot of trolls out there too, you know, just making ugly comments and stuff. But it was good. I listened to it, and I even threw out a few questions. But the other thing I have is, you know, and I've heard this a long time too, if you build something, people will come, you know? And, you know, Dell City, I don't know, we had a prom, and I'm not prom material. I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't want to stand on the wall, you know, 50-something years later like I did when I was in the, you know, anyway. But, I mean, they had a prom, and I don't think we had hardly anybody there. We had a night out that was put on, a lot of money put out there for the people of Dell City. Why aren't we participating in these things? I don't understand that, you know. What was the Hispanic Family Festival. That was really unique. I mean, they had dancers out there, and I mean, the costumes, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I don't know how many people showed up. How many people showed up, Josh?
Probably total maybe
200?
300 people over the full.
Yeah, and a lot of them were related to the dancers, I think, too. They brought family. I mean, seriously, you know, I mean, it's sad that people of Dell City are not taking advantage of the things that are being offered. Now, let's look at the community center. The community center, they're doing, I mean, anything from an ice cream social. Who doesn't like ice cream? They're doing exercise classes to counteract the ice cream social, right? Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 until probably about 3:15. You can participate in free classes out there for exercise and stuff. I mean, it's really something that's great. So, you know, people take advantage of it. What was some of the other things, Kelly? Bingo. Oh my gosh, bingo. And are there prizes? There's prizes, yeah.
Craft classes.
Craft classes? I mean, yeah, all you got to do is go on the Dell City website and go into...
If you'll just type in community center events in the search bar, then click the link, it'll show you the calendars of everything that's going on in the Times.
Yeah, I mean, take advantage of it, people, because you know what? If you don't take advantage of it, guess what's going to happen? We're going to lose it, you know? So take advantage of it. That's it.
Thank you.
Mr. Hightower, you do have my phone number. Please feel free to call me, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I'd be more than happy to speak with you personally and also just sit down with you and come over. I always love coming over to your casa anyways, but I'd be more than happy to speak with you on behalf of the PD. Thank you.
Josh, hold on just a second. There was a gentleman right, would you come to the podium, tell your name and address, please?
Sir. Mayor, council members, thank you for having me. My name is Christopher Scholes. I'm 3947 14th Place. First of all, let me apologize for my business ignorance and procedures of how these are going. I don't want to waste everyone's time. I did notice that tonight I'm looking at the agenda, and maybe what I missed out on first was asking for a special use permit. What I'm trying to do currently is on 29th Street and Sunny Lane, where the 4312 29th Street, who used to be the old pawn shop. I am trying to build a haunted house eventual escape room, and I believe this is where the confusion came, if I may. So recently I moved back to the Dell City community, and after a couple of years of residence, I was hoping to become an active and thriving member of the Dell City business community. And I felt it was the right time to make a chance on a business venture where my family has over 30 years of experience and safe operation, the haunt horror industry. This is where I believe the confusion began. When I first approached Mr. Yagani about the project, he is the building landlord, he told me to go to City Hall and speak with the city planner to check if the business would be appropriate for the location. At the planner's office, we discussed the project a little and didn't know how to categorize it, and decided that the escape room designation would be best. Then I was then given a pamphlet on how to proceed. That is when I turned in the proposed business plan and started email communications with the planner's office. I had also immediately formed an LLC and applied for our Oklahoma State tax ID. In that business plan, I tried to lay out the sequence of how I was planning to build the escape room adventure. Like all business ventures, starting takes a lot of capital, and if you know that building, then you probably know that it takes some funds and some time to bring it up to Dell Business Community standards. I aim to do that. The first part of the plan was to use the temporary haunted house as a fundraiser to fund the full remodel of the building and the parking lot to make it look more professional. And then internally, I need to build an integrated wall system for the escape room adventure because it would change throughout the year. And then I would also remodel and make a larger ADA-compliant restroom, which I believe was one of the largest complaints of that facility. Now, without the funds from the temporary haunted house, I cannot move forward since I've invested everything that I have into the first phase of this plan. So I'm not for sure all the violations that I have failed, but its safety seems to be the largest concern, and I can assure you that safety is also a top priority of our group, and we will do whatever is required to make this a safe and a fun environment. With that said, please note that all of our staff are fire extinguisher trained. They have flashlights. They know what to do in case of emergency. For instance, they know how to calmly escort the guests to the nearest actor entrance and direct them to the nearest exits. We also have two-way radios for security, front desk, and the internal roamer to keep contact. So basically today, I guess I'm hoping for your assistance, your favor, to help me open temporarily for the now 14 days, if possible. If it helps, I do have a copy of the business plan that I turned in to the city planner. And I noticed I highlighted a couple of things, yes, sir, that I thought helped maybe denote the confusion. If you look on, I guess it's page 2, I show down there where we're talking about at the very bottom highlighted, where it's the second phase where I will take the funds and remodel the building for the escape room adventure, basically. And then, of course, on page 4, it shows that my hours of operations that I propose ends November 9th, basically the weekend after the Halloween weekend. And then from that point, I have actually shoulder surgery coming up, which would take me out for like 2 months, but I was going to use that time to speak to contractors, to develop the remodel of the internal workings of the building, things like that, and then I would have it done. By the time I got back, hopefully with the shoulder, the building would be ready, we would build it and open up hopefully in January, February of next year. That is the plan. The problem I'm having right now is that I guess being approved enough to open currently, and then
Mr. Scholes?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I did get word on this today that fire and building inspectors have both met on your property.
Yes, ma'am.
They have a plan. The fire chief has put together a plan, and they anticipate to wrap up your CO application very soon.
Oh, that's...
So I would anticipate you hearing in the next day or two.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I can't, thank you so much.
I got to ask
Yes, sir.
ask one question, and it's really not pertinent to all this, but
Yes.
you have to have lighted exit signs. How
Which
do
we
you do
do.
that on an escape room? Because that looks like that'd be a big giveaway.
Right. Well, yeah, I think with the problem right now, and that's I think the confusion of this new unique business plan is that there's 2 phases. And the first part of it is a haunted house, which is really more of a 15, 20-minute walk through, and that's where I think the fire chief was worried about the escapes, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, in the escape room, you may never get out.
Okay, all right.
At least that's the idea.
That's fair warning. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, folks. Have a great day.
Is there anybody else that'd like to speak to the council on a non-agenda items? Ron, come up to the podium, state your name and address.
Forgot my cane. Ron McCall, 3403 South Wolford. Just a quick reminder, I was here last month and handed out a little pamphlet or flyer. Thursday night, McDonald's fundraiser for Shop with the Cop, 5 to 8. Come on down, people. We got to raise some money for these kids. Tiger Trot coming up Saturday, Townsend Elementary. It starts at 10, goes till noon. Neighborhood watches in the area here, Del City, are going to provide interference at the various intersections, so a little bit of more community activity.
Cool.
And then, Josh, I'm not going to step on you.
Saturday.
Take your trunk or treat.
Man, I'm just going to let Ron do everything.
Mayor, I would point out, not trying to interrupt Josh, but we are at a 30-minute point on the public comments.
thinks I'm going to allow Josh to, because he's going to advertise trunk or treat.
I
Yes.
figured you were
Then
going
we
to. I just
will
want to point
shut
it out.
down.
I will,
We'll
I
shut
will,
it down.
I will run through. Josh Schultz, 4321 Spiva Drive, Del City, Oklahoma. Real quick, this Thursday, October 23rd at 8 a.m., we will have a coffee connection at Arvis Bank. That's there on 29th Street. We will also have a business after hours with Sovereign Bank from 4:30 to 6 on October 23rd, this Thursday. That's 2600 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. This Saturday is our Del City Trunk or Treat. That'll be from 4 to 7 p.m. We have plenty of trunks, food. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. And that will be at Integris Health Community Center here in Del City. That's going to be on that north side parking lot there right next to the gym. That address is 4801 Southeast 15th Street in Del City. So it's going to be super fun. And all the kids will be able to receive free snow cones and they'll come to me and JD and get tickets like they did last year. And basically, they'll be able to take them up to Tasty Snow and hand them in, and they'll be able to receive a free kid snow cone. So that's always a nice little thing that they do for us, and always makes the kids happy. So super excited about that. We'll also have our business bite with Chicken Salad Chick on Thursday, October 30th at 11:30 a.m. So be sure to come out on that. They're our newest restaurant here in Del City, and we're happy to have them. And then Tuesday, November 4th, will be a county coffee with Sheriff Tommy Johnson III, and that will be at White Buffalo here in Del City. I think I got everything, and I think Ron mentioned Tiger Trot, so I will not be running the 5K, but I will be handing out medals.
All right.
So be sure to come out to Trunk or Treat, though. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, I mean, it's always good to see the kids when they get the candy, and they always have a great time. And also, Middale Youth and Family will be having a little haunted house deal on October 24th, this Saturday. I believe that starts at 4. And they'll be also giving out some free costumes to the kids. So it's really exciting.
Annie, the large dog, is looking forward to Trunk or Treat.
I
She
bet.
was there last year, and she loved it.
I bet she did. Well, we're excited to have her back. So
Very good.
all right.
Josh, did you say the trunk or treat at Integris is 4 to 7 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Okay. just
Yes, sir.
Sure.
And as with last year, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some other food trucks that are driving by somehow pull over and decide they want to join the fun. So, so super excited, and we look forward to seeing you all Saturday at 4.
All right, very good. Thank you, Josh. That concludes the public portion. We're going to move to B, the council portion. Councilman Tatum, have you got anything for us?
All I wanted to say was today was the opening day at Beach Bunnies at I-40 and Sunny Lane in the old abandoned U-Haul building. They fixed it up pretty nice, and I hear they have good coffee and some other things there. So if you get a chance, stop by there and tell your friends. But welcome to Del City to Beach Bunnies.
Councilman Brown.
Nothing at this time. I've already given it.
Councilman Finch.
Just going to say I went to Chicken Salad Chick when they had the grand opening. Amazing place, very good chicken salad. Also, I showed up for the Walmart grand opening for the gas station. I have to say our Del City High School band is outstanding. They did an amazing job. And that's it.
All right, Councilman Dean.
Yes, so I just wanted to let everybody know that we do listen to the comments that you guys present, that you do send or that you email us, and that we do. And so even though we might not respond or might not respond the way that you like, or that we don't get you the answer that you like, we don't run the city. We go through and we have to talk to the city manager, and we work our way through that to get it prioritized to hopefully get things done. So with that, one of the things that was brought up by Mr. Hartman, and unfortunately he's not here right now, or else he could have got the answer for this part, which is, I've wondered it too. How do you get behind on the water bills, right? Okay, so let's just think about the way that we used to do business, which is we had a water meter reader. And so they would go out basically, and we have 4 wards, by the way. So you have to figure out which way you're going to do this. So if we decide that we're going to have the meter reader go out for 1 ward for each week, right? So there's 4 wards. He goes out Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, there's, whatever parts, and you have 4 of these guys, and they go out for these 7 things. then you're going to end up having the meter read once a month, right? Except the meter's getting read every 4 weeks, not every month. And the difference between that is if you did that 4 weeks vice once a month, you come up with 336 days, and that's 29 days behind schedule that we would actually be losing your water meter time. All right, so let's just come up with a new number, right? That we're going to go out and make sure that every 30 days, we're going to get your water meter read. That seems like a logical way to do it. There's 30 days in a month. Would we all agree? No. And so what's the difference if you do it every 30 days? That's 360 days by 365. So we'd be 5 days behind. So after 5 years, 2020 to 2025, we would be 25 days behind schedule. And that would be close to a month, which is what we're trying to catch up. But I don't know about which way this is, but I'm just telling you, how do you get something screwed up like this that should be so easy? So let's go with 31 days. And this is my new suggestion. Guess what happens at 31 days? You end up with being at 372 days. So we're either 6 or 7 days ahead of schedule. So after 6, 7, 10 days, we're going to be charging you, in the future for your water. So anyway, one of the solutions that was brought up, and that hopefully it did, but it took a very long time to get it implemented, is the new water meter. So I'm not sure if this is the new goal. But by doing a water meter, you could actually go and actually decide that you're going to read everybody, a quarter of the city on this date, a quarter on this date, a quarter on this date, and a quarter on this date. And in that way that you would actually get each month, whether it had 31 days or 28 days, you'd actually have it. I know it seems like the most stupid thing, that it should be obvious that you've paid your bill every month for the last 5 years, 30, 40 years, Jackie. She paid her bill on time every time, and now she's being asked to go and help speed things up, help get us caught back up again. It kills us all. None of us like this little thought. None of us want to be up here getting to hear all of the questions in this and hearing it on Facebook. But trust me, we are trying to get this part done. And so I think that, Ms. Parrott, Ms. Wilburn, they're going to be coming, they're going to be presenting the ways and the solutions. And we have a fall town hall meeting coming up. That is the hope, to make sure that we have everything explained in that part. So I mean, simple things like that is it seems like you should go and, bring the pitchforks to the town hall, to the city meeting and go and do this. But there are logical reasons why something that should be so simple as a bill that comes out once a month and how this happens. But if you just think about it that way, somehow our antiquated system, which was our accounting system, which is because, again, we try to keep the prices and the sales tax down, or try to keep the expenses down. We haven't updated it, but recently we did. So that's one of the improvements that we've made in this past year, or past 2 years, is updating our accounting system to help us with these things. And so, let's see. So yeah, that's the automated meter part. We hope everybody gets out to the trunk or treats, the different parts. And like I said, I'm glad that I think that we've got your problem solved. And so hopefully that will work out. So anyway, we look forward to working with you guys. This really is not an us versus you. We're all together, and we all tried the best, and we have these two guys to go and say that the piggy bank is not unlimited. That's JD's job. That's Ms. Wilburn's job, is to go and help us know when to stop spending or spending, and that's what they've done, and they're trying to protect us. So sorry. The one last thing is I brought it up last time about the social media. There's just a lot of stupid personal attacks. Again, whether you ignore it or just, or just put the one-time reply that says, you're being absolutely ridiculous and cruel and unnecessary. Or just do what I do, which I don't have Facebook. I don't even care because you know what? But unfortunately, the city does care, and the city does want to go and listen to make sure that we do hear all the concerns. But it sure doesn't help your plight when you go and be obnoxious. So, thank you.
Michael, that was a great segue into what I was going to say. Next week on the agenda, we are going to have an open discussion. It's a public discussion, and it's on the agenda. And we're going to talk about communication between the city and the citizens. And we feel like a lot of the problems have occurred in the past 6 months because of the lack of communication from the city side to the citizen side. We feel like there's too many misunderstandings, there's too many, not enough explanations, and we're going to hold a public discussion right here at the regular council meeting in 2 weeks. And it will be an agenda item satisfying our city attorney, and we will all be able to talk about communication and the best ways that we can overcome this. So that's coming at the next council meeting. It's not 2 weeks. What's the date of the next council meeting? November 3rd. So November 3rd, we're going to have an open discussion, and we're going to talk about communication. And if you guys have ideas on how we can improve communication, everybody's listening because we all want to solve this problem. All right? Let's move on. Item number 5, city manager's report.
So a couple of things just on the takeaways from what we had, and I know the gentleman has already left, but the notes that he talked about wanting to know information on how we fell behind the additional fees and the changes on the bills, those are things we are listening, and that will be a continuation of what we can do to improve communication. With that note, thank you very much to the Assistant City Manager and the Public Works Director for doing their Facebook Live and being able to get some of that information out there. We are going to do more things of that nature to be able to get the information out. In the Fall Town Hall that's up and coming, please watch for that on social media, and please watch for that in the other channels that we have as well, that we are planning at the Fall Town Hall to do tabletops where you can actually come and talk about specific issues with city staff. If you have questions about your utility bills, there'll be a section for that. If you want to hear about the GEO bonds that Mr. Hopper was talking about, we'll have a section for that, along with some other areas so that you can see what's going on in the city. So that will be coming in the coming days. So we are highly encouraging you to please attend that when you can, whenever it comes available, and you will have all that information posted on social media in the coming days. From that, I think my department heads are limited to the city clerk and the city attorney. City clerk, anything?
I do have the sales tax report. Sales tax is down $33,894.47. That is 3.09%. Use tax is down $101.58, which is 0.07%. Tobacco tax is up $19.77, which is an increase of 0.31%. Hotel and motel tax is up $4,705.72, which is a difference of 33.51%.
City attorney, anything on your end?
Thunder season tips off tomorrow, so go Thunder.
Awesome. Let's make sure I have no other department heads hiding in the wings. All right, that's everything, sir.
All right, thank you, JD. Move on to item number 6, minutes. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the council for October 6th, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Abstain.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Move on to item number 7. Special use permit. Religious use within the single-family detached residential district R1D at 4216 East Reno Avenue. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve, approve with modifications, deny, or require additional information for a request for a special use permit for religious use within the single-family detached residential district R1D per PC application PC SUP 691-25. Public hearing before the Planning Commission was on September 24th, 2025. Approved by the Planning Commission on September 24th, 25. Authorize mayor to endorse the same. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve item 7 as written and authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, sir. The question I've got for the city is we have done our comprehensive plan and got it approved. Why is Reno a R1D zone and not back? Why is this not a commercial zone? And I know this is hard to ask right now on this part. When are we looking at getting these zonings changed to reflect our comprehensive plan?
So in the comprehensive plan, it did give us a new zoning map and a new idea where it would say it would move things into mixed use and community, the different areas that it has for the zoning. Those will need to be adopted, and those ordinances are being worked on. They are not a simple task to move on the ordinances and to make those modifications, but that is something that we do have working through the planning and development department. So we will see what we can do about expediting that a little bit quicker. But yes, we do know what you're asking for on this, and to move that from the R1D to the arterial, commercial, et cetera, like the other areas.
All right.
You have Larry Hopper.
Any further discussion? Push the button.
I'll be very brief. I'm a city planner by training, and basically, and city attorney may want to kind of keep this straight. When you adopt a comprehensive plan, it does so many different kinds of things, and one of them is it does talk about the appropriate future land uses. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you rezone everything to conform to the city plan that the city does it. It's if somebody comes in wanting to have a use, the plan finds it's appropriate. Because if the city wants to rezone people's property, they can initiate that, but man, that's a lot of expense and trouble, might have protests. So the plan really just talks about the appropriate future land use, kind of pending some citizen or developer wanting to change it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any further comments, discussion? Let's take the vote. Councilman Tatum?
Aye.
Councilman Brown?
Aye.
Councilman Finch?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Move on to item number 8, special use permit on-premise alcohol sales at 5501 Main Street, Suite 104 and 105. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve, approve with modifications, deny, or require additional information for a request for a special use permit for on-premise alcohol sales for the property located at 5501 Main Street, Suite 104 and 105, per PC application PC-SUP 692-25. Public hearing before the Planning Commission on September 24th, 2025, approved by Planning Commission on September 24th, 2025. Authorize mayor to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the special use permit as written and authorize mayor to endorse the same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
There's a part that's missing off of this. It's just the knowledge that this is not like an alcohol store. This is a restaurant.
Right.
So this is a restaurant that's asking for this alcohol part, permission to sell alcohol at their restaurant.
Yep. Any further discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Brown?
Aye.
Councilman Tatum?
Aye.
Councilman Finch?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries.
Sir, before we begin item number 9, I would like to make an administrative request to administratively strike item number 2, 4853 Elmview Drive, in the amount of $1,129.54. And if approved, this would be your new number to read before the meeting starts.
642. Wait a second. Let me get that. 24. Got it.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to item number 9. Assess abatement costs to property owners. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve and ratify or deny and remove the assessment cost in the amount of $3,642.24 to property owners for cleanup of previously abated properties in accordance with Dale City Code Sections 13-106 through 13-114. The items are as follows. Property number 1 is 4721 Southeast 24th Street. We are striking property number 2. Property number 3 is 2332 Eagle Drive. Property number 4 is 4700 Southeast 15th Street. Property number 5 is 1401 Brookdale. Property number 6 is 4601 Southeast 29th Street. Property number 7 is 3120 Del Rancho. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Clarification, was the motion included striking the second one, right? Okay.
Okay, we good? We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch? Councilman Brown?
Aye.
Councilman Tatum?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Move on to item number 10, resolution to apply for ACOG Public Fleet Conversion Grant Funds. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny resolution number 10202025A of the City Council authorizing the submission of a grant application for the ACOG Public Fleet Conversion Grant Fund for the purpose of replacing gasoline diesel-powered fleet vehicles within the Dale City Police Department, Dale City Public Works Department with alternative fuel vehicles, hybrid and CNG, and authorizing up to 20% match of funds. Authorize mayor to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we approve and authorize the submission of this grant application as written and authorize the mayor to endorse the same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Brown?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilman Finch?
Aye.
Councilman Tatum?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Move on to item number 11. Get ready, Walter. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny resolution number 10202025B of the City Council authorizing the submission of a grant application for the ACOG Air Quality Grant Program for the purpose of replacing the gasoline diesel-powered street sweeper for the Dale City Public Works Department with an alternative fuel street sweeper, CNG. Construction of sidewalks, updating crosswalks, purchase various traffic safety materials and signage, and authorizing up to a 20% match of funds. Authorize mayor to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve as written, authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I think that this is a fantastic programs, both of these things, and I'd like to thank all the different people, particularly Ms. Brown and the city for working on this thing to get this done. Thank you.
Very good. Any further discussion?
Yes, I'd like to thank JD for taking the extra time after hours and before City Hall opens up. He's put in all the extra time to go out there and get these grants. Thank you.
I appreciate that. The Assistant City Manager, the Public Works Department, and members of the DCPD have been incredibly helpful getting all these documents and things together. So thank you to everyone for working on this. We're very hopeful on these grants.
That's teamwork.
Well,
Oh, specifically Logan, yes, in our Code Enforcement Department. She has been very good and rolling with the punches whenever meetings get moved. So thank you, Logan, wherever you are.
and as we're passing around the thank yous, I do want to just add something that there are still a few other grants that possibly could be in the works. So I'm really am very thankful for you guys to work with those because it does take a lot of work, but I'm hoping that we're still going to get some more grants come through. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you step to the microphone, state your name and address, please? Push.
Bush. Moore, Marie Moore, 3833 Delview Drive. Is there any concern, I know this is applying for the grants, but of funding of that 20%, is there any issues with supplanting? Are these new revenue streams? I mean,
So the areas that we're looking for specifically in the vehicle replacement is coming out of our Fund 03, which is the special sales tax that was passed by the people a few years ago to replace certain infrastructure. So it is a restricted fund, and that would meet the purpose of. And then for the public works, certain public works items, that would come from the DCMSA, which is the utility company's funds.
and both of those are free for match
For
requirements.
matching purposes, yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Any further discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Move on to item number 12. Executive session, discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, to approve recessing to executive session for discussion concerning confidential matters pertaining to pending investigations, claims, and actions pursuant to Oklahoma Statute Title 25, Section 307B4, as the council, on advice of its attorney, has determined that disclosure will seriously impair the public body's ability to process claims or conduct pending investigations, claims, and actions with legal consultation. Mr. Attorney, does this item meet the qualifications for executive session?
Yes, it does, Mr. Mayor.
I will entertain a motion to recess to executive session.
I'll make a motion to recess to executive session.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now recessed to executive session. Okay, I need a motion to resume the city council meeting.
Motion to return from executive session.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now resumed from executive session. We're at item number 13, action from executive session. Discussion, consideration, possible action deemed appropriate, if any, arising from discussions held in executive session concerning confidential matters pertaining to pending investigations, claims, and actions with legal consultation. Authorize mayor to execute any documents necessary related to the pending investigations, claims, and action. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to proceed as discussed and authorize mayor to endorse documents.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Any further council input?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now adjourned.